welcome back to my channel. It's Honora Sims here, and today we have another speed build. This is something that I don't usually do. It's a very modern minimalist style mansion, and so I was really excited to try out something like this because I've never really built anything like this before. It's a style I was almost kind of afraid to experiment with, because when I do builds I focus very heavily on clutter in the houses. So for this one it's very minimalist, so I was a bit like holding back. I wanted to put loads of clutter into it and I just had to hold back and not do it. So basically the exterior of this build is just a lot of boxes put together, which was good fun. I suppose not having to deal with the roofs as much for trying to edit them and fix them, that was kind of nice because sometimes I struggle with roofing quite a lot, so that was nice because I just did flat roofs with the little short walls around it, and it was kind of a process of adding boxes on to try and make it quite spacious and luxurious, and this actually at the start, this bit that I'm building here, this little add-on, was going to be a guest house, but I ended up changing it that there is no guest house in this build. But yeah, I actually really like this, and what inspired this build in the first place was actually Deligracy's video where she toured John Legend and Chrissy Teigen's house because they're selling their house, and I was looking at it and it was so different to what I would usually like from a house, and it just really inspired me. Now this isn't a recreation of that house, but it's definitely like heavily inspired by that house, and as you can see I'm putting a lot of these big windows in, and I built this before the window update so there was a few things that I probably would have changed, but I just wasn't going back and changing it. I think it works out fine. There was just a few windows that wouldn't place together, which they would now. That's why I used the smaller ones as well as the big ones, but that's fine, it doesn't matter. I think it still turned out quite nice. I play around with the windows a good bit here. I think I actually cut out some of it. Yeah, I cut out a bit there because it was taking ages and this footage was very long. It took me quite a while to cut it down to any sort of decent length video, because I don't want the videos to be too long, so I kind of try to skip over the boring bits. And this is something that I've really gotten into the habit of doing a lot lately, is using debug fences to go right to the edge of the lot. I used to use the bushes, the hedges a lot, you know, those like line of hedges all the time, but I've actually just started experimenting with the debug fences because they can look quite nice. And I didn't want to put the fence all the way around this build, I just put it on that back wall there where the pool is for a little bit of privacy, and I think it looks quite nice, especially because this build is on the edge. It's on that lot in Del Sol Valley, which I thought really suited this build. It's kind of that LA mansion style build. And just kind of continuing with the flat roof thing, I really like that little area I made for the hot tub, and then I did the same. I skipped over it there because it was taking me ages to kind of figure out the layout, but the sort of raised area for the barbecue, but it's only raised so much, you don't actually need like steps up to it. I just thought that was really nice. And of course using those lighting objects from Spa Day to line the area. Yeah, I skipped a good bit of my landscaping here because I was trying out a few different things and it just wasn't working. I tried like the big debug rocks, and I tried doing like all fountains, different things, and then I finally decided I wanted to do this kind of like Zen garden area style thing. So I wanted to put the fountains in, and then I put the gravel kind of terrain paint on it, and then I wanted to put loads of like cacti style shrubbery in there, and I think it turned out really nice as this little Zen garden that they would have at the front, and with the little water feature as well. I thought that was really nice. I love all those debug cacti that came with Strangerville. they just really finished it off, and it definitely suits this house because I don't think it would have like a lot of overly cluttered landscaping as such. And I did skip over the section there of doing the lighting outside because it's actually quite impressive looking the way the outdoor lighting is, but you would have seen that in the little intro video I did, but I just skipped over it because again it was taking so long at this video. I had so many hours of footage. I also skipped over choosing various types of kitchen counters. I just put in the footage of the one that I decided on, which was this industrial style kitchen, which I actually really love. I just wish that we would get some base game counter updates or even counters in packs, but at this point I actually just think they should give us a base game update with a load of kitchen counters in it. I think everybody would be so happy. So although it's like a minimalist vibe to this house, I also added in these kind of industrial style vibes to it because that was the kind of theme I was getting off that house in Deligracy's video. It was minimalist, but it had these warm tones of like the woods and like some oranges and rust colours, which is very apparent throughout this whole house, and you've probably just seen little bits of it there. The main source of influence that I took from that house was this centre wall column you can see, where it was like a double fireplace and they had the TV on each side of the fireplace and it kind of divides the two rooms, and I just thought that was so cool. And I'm obviously using the very tall walls, which I usually use the medium sized walls, so in this build I used the very tallest walls, and it just, I don't know, it looks really good. I really like how this build turned out, and it's not the type of house that I thought I would like to live in myself, because I always thought that these modern builds were so cold almost, and they didn't seem very inviting. But when I saw the images from that house, it was so warm because it was modern, but it brought in all these warm tones, and it didn't feel like a show home. Well, like, I mean, it looks like a show home, but it didn't have that feel where you couldn't actually live there. So I was really excited to do this, and I showed this house to my partner and I was like, would you live here? And he was like, yeah. So yeah, maybe someday if we win the lotto. But yeah, I'm doing this sort of double fireplace, so there's kind of two living areas that are divided with the fireplace. I know, like, in reality, I don't know how it would work, like if two people were watching the TV on each side. It seems a bit strange, but it obviously does work, because it was actually in their house. I don't know, but it looks good. So that's all that matters. And I just love this big open, so you can see it there. So like the balcony almost, like there's a walkway upstairs and this big open floor where you can just look up and see all the windows. I love it. And then the lighting in Del Sol Valley that comes into this house is just amazing. And the way the lighting is coming in on that room, I just really love it. It's just, I never thought I liked modern builds that much, but this has just completely changed my opinion on it. I just really love this house. I feel like that sounds really like cocky or something, like, oh, my build is amazing. I don't necessarily mean it like that. I am very proud of this build. It's probably one of my favourites that I've done, but it's opened my eyes to a new style. And I actually, for my off-screen save of my self-sim that I play, I always build like this dream luxurious mansion that I want, but it's usually not this kind of style. And now I didn't do like a complete modern style for my self-sim, but I did incorporate some of this. Like I did this split room with the fireplace, and I did the tall windows all the way up to the 2 floors. So yes, it has definitely changed my view of building in The Sims and seeing that video. I will link that video down below, of course. Yeah, I don't know. And then I was trying to find the bookcase, and I completely forgot about the one that came with Seasons, and then the Machino stuff one, which is just like the perfect bookcase for this build. Just so sleek and stylish. And I'm just, I don't know, I love it. I love this like breakfast area that I have off the kitchen, but then I also have a formal dining room, because that was one of the things in that build in that house, was they had like a nice breakfast. I actually think it was like a round table, I'm not 100% sure. And then they had like a formal dining room. And actually the formal dining room in that house was probably the one room that I didn't like. It was a bit overkill almost. But yeah, I don't know, I love it. So I actually, this is the office I'm doing now. And it's fairly simple. It definitely looks really simple now. I do go back and add more things to it. I kind of was doing that a lot in this build. I'd put the basics of what I wanted in the room down, and then I'd come back and kind of decorate it. Because I wasn't 100% sure what type of office I wanted this to be. I was going to put in the video station, like the YouTube station in this office, and it just didn't fit the vibe of it. I was like, well, if you're playing in this house, you could obviously put it in. But I just thought it being like this big room with the bookcases and then your office table in the middle and looking out into the windows, I just thought it was really like fancy and definitely like you work from home and it's your office. But so I suppose it would make sense to have the YouTube station, but I just thought it kind of broke up the symmetry of the room, which, I mean, rooms don't have to be symmetrical, but in that room in particular, I just really liked how it looked. And then this is the playroom, which is really cool because that was in the house. They had this like, I mean, obviously I'm assuming Chrissy, Tegan, John Legend probably homeschool their kids, I don't know. So they had this like kids education room, which was so cool. So obviously I love doing playrooms in The Sims, so I wanted to do this room that has all the kids activities in it. And I love how it turned out. I think I had to skip over some of it. I do go back and change the colour theme around a little bit because I thought it was a little bit cold. I did want it to still fit the modern theme, but obviously with a kids room it can be quite difficult. And if I wanted to use CC, I would probably use the Tiny Traveller's Stuff pack by Harry and Felix Andre. But obviously just for this build I didn't want to use CC. I try not to if it's for something that I'm going to put up in the gallery or for a YouTube video, unless I might do some where it just has like one pack, you know, like say that Tiny Traveller's pack, so it's not a difficult thing that if you don't have the custom content, you know, you could easily download it, or that it would be easily replaced or something like that. But for now I don't want to put in too much CC because obviously you can be a console player, or maybe you just don't want to download CC. In fairness, I have actually only started using it in the past year, and it was actually Harry's custom content that kind of made me want to, because it just is so Max's match. I personally just don't really like Alpha CC. I know some people love it, but for me it completely messes up the look of my game. And I like the cartoony style of The Sims 4. This bathroom I love. I have to say, although my style in houses wouldn't usually be modern, when I do bathrooms I much prefer doing like a modern like tiled kind of marble effect bathroom. It's one room of a house that no matter whatever style the house is, I love the bathrooms to be modern, because I think it just comes off as a lot more clean and it's a lot more inviting if you go into a bathroom and it's nice and sleek and clean. It's just, you feel a lot more relaxed in it, and you know, if you're having a bath or whatever, you want to be relaxed, so definitely. And this is where I remembered all the amazing shelves and decor items that came with Eco Lifestyle, and they fit this build so well. I mean, that shelf that I put in the other living space beside the bookshelf, so good for this build. And then these plant dividers I just thought were so nice. That's another thing, I do fill up with a lot of plants in this build. As I said, I didn't want to put too much clutter in, but I do put a good amount of plants because I feel like that is a very on-trend, stylish thing to have in your house is plants. And I definitely go overboard with the plants when I build in The Sims. I just love them. They just look so good. But yeah, I think the plants that came with Eco Lifestyle are just unbelievable. I know, like, I go on about Eco Lifestyle in nearly every video, but it was a pack that surprised me so much. I was one of the people who did not want it when I saw the trailer, and I was quite disappointed. And once I played it, I just fell in love. I really, really love Eco Lifestyle, and all these like wall decorations and everything. Like, they just really, really suited this build as well. In particular, even just those, I don't even know what you would call them, those wall decorations, they just fit so well in this build. Really brought it together. And I even like, those are the Eco Lifestyle dining chairs, and they just work so well as that little like breakfast area. The nice wood tones, it just brings it all together so well. So yeah, as you can see, I'm kind of in love with this build. I really just, it's got such a vibe to it, and as I've said before, it's modern, but it's not like cold, which is what I associated with these modern builds. But I just love the rust and orange tones that I've brought in with the greys. Just, it's definitely a style that I like, but I think you definitely need a big house to pull off those colours, because if you've got a small house and you have those dark colours, it can make the house look smaller. But when you've got big open spaces and the big windows like this, you can really bring in those tones and it doesn't close off the space. And I was experimenting with these wall pieces on the stairs for a while, and when I closed the game and opened it again, they got deleted, and then when I tried to put them back, I struggled to get them in the right position, and I just left it. I have them going up a little bit, but they don't go fully up the stairs. But I think it still looks okay. The hallway was actually probably one of the harder rooms to do, because I usually clutter up the hallway so much, whereas I was trying to keep it sleek and minimal. So it was definitely a lot harder to not go for the crazy clutter. And I really wanted to experiment with these kind of statement light pieces in this house. So I've used the subtle saucer lights, or the super subtle saucer lights, all over this build, and I actually do keep them in. I do this a lot. I know some people think it's kind of silly to have them all over the house, but like, a lot of houses have those kind of lights. I mean, in my kitchen, in my house, there's those the little, like, I don't know what you call them, but they're just little tiny lights. But we also have bigger light pieces, but they're not the main source of light, they're just almost a decoration. And I definitely wanted to go to town with that in this build, and I was excited to find a nice big light that I could put upstairs that would fall down to the bottom floor as well. So those ones, what did they come with? I think they were actually Spa Day, those ones, and they work quite well. And I have fallen in love with those lamps from Eco Lifestyle, but they're the debug ones, they're the fabricated ones, I think. But the colours they come in are just really, really nice, especially that orange one. I actually have been using it in a lot of builds lately. Yeah, they're just nice. They're so kind of simple that they just work. They're kind of like the type of lamp that you would have in your house. And yeah, so I'm moving on to the master bedroom here, and I am basically putting behind the bed, I have got the wardrobe and the bathroom. and I go for a very black and white theme in this bathroom, or in the bedroom, should I say, and in the bathroom and the closet that I have here. I do add the kind of rust tones. I think I put the wall behind the bed as the rusty orangey colour, but otherwise it is very black and white, or grey as well, kind of in, which I think is a nice kind of luxurious colour for a bedroom. It is quite nice. So again, I'm using a lot of those kind of concrete-y style wallpapers from Eco Lifestyle. They definitely set the tone for this house a lot. And yeah, so I brought in that tone there with the fireplace. It was really nice. I love that fireplace that again came with Eco Lifestyle. And yes, so this is the wall behind the bed that I wanted to put on, and it's a bit different and out there, but I thought it was kind of, I don't know, it like works quite well. And those lights are actually my favourite lights in the game. They are from the fitness stuff pack. Yeah, they're definitely my favourite lights. I would love a light like that in my own house. They're just, I don't know, they're perfect, and they give off good light in the game as well, which is always a good thing. So here I am back at the office. Like I said, I was going to go back, and yeah, I put in the couch and the little lamp, so it's kind of like a reading nook, and the bar there, the globe bar. I thought that was a nice touch, and then just adding a picture frame to finish it off. And yeah, I put in a rug as well, and that rug was just perfect for this build. That rug is like the colour scheme of the whole build. It's also interesting in this build, I don't usually keep a colour scheme throughout the full build, unless obviously it's like a small build where there's pretty much just the living and kitchen and the bedroom and bathroom. That's different. But yeah, usually I wouldn't follow it through the whole build, so it was kind of fun. I actually skipped a lot of trying to organise this bathroom. I skip a good bit of it because I have never spent so long trying to figure out the interior of a bathroom before. Like, I have included some of it here, but there's a whole heap of it that I skip out. I don't know what it was about this bathroom. I could not get the layout of it to work right for me. I tried like everything. I am quite happy with how it did turn out in the end, but oh my god, I just tried to do so many different things with this bathroom, and then it was like the curtains were clipping with things, and then like I have this thing in my head where I need it to make sense, even though you can have things in The Sims not like against a wall. If there's like a pipe coming out of like the shower or whatever it is, I need it to make sense in my head. Like, I know I use the wall shower there, but you know, the showers that come all together, if you can place them where the pipe isn't actually against the wall, and in my head that just doesn't make sense. So even though The Sims lets you do it, I'm like, no, I can't. And this is the thing I wanted for this build. I wanted every single room to have a balcony area, and I tried to put something kind of interesting on each balcony. So for the master bedroom, it's these kind of loungers with the little area there with the sink that you could make drinks. And that was the master bedroom one. And this is a teenage girl's room that I've done, and I can't remember what I put on her balcony. I don't know if I included it in this actually. I might have just put like seats out there that maybe she would sit out with her friends, or I might have put an easel actually. I'm not 100% sure. These bedrooms were actually, this bedroom and the bedroom beside it, they're actually quite narrow bedrooms, which I suppose is strange because it's such a big luxurious house that the bedrooms are kind of small-ish. but I mean, they have everything they need in it and it is fine. I have to say, I don't know if anyone else is like this. Downstairs floor plans brands, I love them. I think I do a pretty good job with them. Upstairs floor plans, I don't know what it is. I just can't get them to look right. I struggle so hard with the upstairs floor plan. Like, I could have the downstairs one done really quick, but for some reason the upstairs, I don't know, I just never get them right. So yeah, I had to settle for these kind of narrow bedrooms. I mean, the focus of this house mainly was the downstairs and that amazing open plan kind of living with the fireplace divider. That was my main kind of, like, I really wanted that. So I suppose the upstairs kind of got a bit neglected, but this is kind of a child's room. I guess a little boy, but really could be anything. And again, obviously, colours are colours, they're not for genders. And that bedroom, the teen bedroom, could easily be a boy's bedroom. I am not here to tell you what colour you want to like, what you want to be into, but from a stereotypical point of view, this would be the little boy's bedroom and the other bedroom would be the teen girl's bedroom. But of course, I mean, when I was a teenager, I hated pink. My bedroom was blue. I was quite a tomboy. But yeah, from the stereotypical point of view, if you were selling this house, if you were a real estate agent, it would be the little boy's bedroom and the teenage girl's bedroom, I guess. And I put the science table, the chemistry set table, on his balcony. And this room is actually probably the most cluttered of all the rooms. I put a lot of stuff on the walls, so the idea is he's really into gaming, was my idea for him. So I have the Void Critters thing there, and I gave him his own TV and the gaming console, so I put the gaming posters up on the wall. So yeah, he probably got the most cluttered room in the house, and I feel like the parents are constantly nagging him to clean that room, and he's like, nah. And then this is just a toddler room, and it is very black and white, which is something I've never really done with a toddler's room, so that was kind of fun. And you saw there I put the toddler slide on the balcony there, which is possibly not the safest thing, but it's fine, it's The Sims. And you may notice, I don't know, anyone with a keen eye, that I do not have a door into the toddler's bathroom, which I do put in. I don't think I have it in this video that I put it in, but I realised and I moved things about and I put it in. Smart. I skip over the bathrooms because, again, it was too long, but you'll see them in the screenshots at the end. Basically, there's no like upstairs main bathroom. It's each bedroom has a bathroom, and there's a downstairs main bathroom. But this here is what I decided to change. What was going to be the guest house, essentially, I changed into a leisure centre. Yeah, bougie, I know. So basically it's a gym, a sauna, and an indoor pool that then has the sliding doors out to the outdoor pool area. So yeah, this is luxurious. So I put in the fitness equipment and the yoga mats. And you know what I actually didn't put in is the meditation center, the little meditation stools, or did I? I don't think I did, but you could add them in if you wanted to. I think I was planning on putting them in. I was thinking about putting in like a full spa suite with the massage tables and all that, but I just went with the sauna. I thought it worked quite nicely, and I sort of decorated it with a few of the spa day decorations. And I thought it was kind of cool to put in the red colour on the pool. It was something kind of different. I would never usually use that colour, but I thought for the indoor pool it was kind of different and kind of interesting, so I kept that there. Okay, here are the screenshots for this build. There's quite a few. I was trying to just show off kind of every aspect of the house. But anyway, thank you so much for watching. I really hope you like this build. Let me know down below. And again, it was like my first time doing a kind of modern build, so let me know if I'm any good at it. Again, I will link that video of deligracies that kind of inspired this build down below. So yeah, give it a like if you like this video, leave a comment, and please subscribe if you haven't already. I would really appreciate it. I would love to grow this channel with all of you guys. Thank you so much, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!